You know, here in Milwaukee, the years after World War II were very tough for the city because the whole middle class just seemed to want to run away all at once, and there was enormous flight of people and capital out of the city. After the riots of 1967, it got far worse, and everybody who could seemed to want to move out. It seems to me that there is a natural bias within Christians to not like cities. Cities seem to be places of corruption and moral decay and all kinds of temptation. And it seems like small town and life and farm life seems so much more wholesome in people's imagination, like somehow that's a purer state, or a better place to like raise a family. And you know, I don't think God put us here just for us to be comfortable and safe. I think it's probably true that there is more crime in cities than in small towns. That's a maybe, I'm not certain of that. But even if that is true, where can you be the most useful for God? The prophet Jonah ran away from Nineveh as hard as he could, except God brought him back to minister there. And the words that he spoke to that corrupt and rotten city actually staved off God's judgment upon them. And when Jonah kind of was so disappointed that they weren't going to be punished as he was hoping that they would, God, in the 4th chapter of the book of Jonah, actually told Jonah, "Why would you be glad that I'm going to destroy 120,000 people and all the cattle as well? Should I not be concerned about that great city?" I think God loves cities. In fact, he describes heaven not so much as a vast empty meadow where there's nobody around. When I hear some of my friends talk about retirement, they say, I want to get someplace where I can see deer in the backyard, I can see mountains, I can hear the birds singing, there's wildflowers. In fact, in their dream scenario of where they'd like to retire, there's everything in that scenario except people. That isn't heaven as God describes it. Heaven, as God describes it, is a great big city full of people. And I can't think of a better way than for Christians who care and are grateful for what the gospel message that God has given to us to share, to be where the people are, to be in the cities, not to run away, but reinvade and claim the cities, and to be available for God as salt and light where the people are. I love being in a city. I hope you do too.